It's from one of my favorite movies, Father of the Bride. I don't know the words, but I know the tune. And now I give you the Father of the Bride.
Thanks, Chad. Well, what a great moment this is, to be able to raise our pizza slices in honor of Jordan and Haley. Why don't we all do that? If you have a pizza slice, why don't you raise it in their honor?
Here.
Louder? Okay. I don't think I've ever seen a young couple that seems better suited for each other in terms of personality, senses of humor, favorite activities, and so on. Ironically, though, this entire coming together of Haley and Jordan and their two extended families almost didn't happen because of pizza. Here's the story. On the first night that we met Jordan, we made the mistake of feeding him my homemade pizza. To be fair to Jordan, he was unaware of what he was walking into. He didn't know, for example, that for many years I prided myself to the point of annoying friends and family on making homemade pizza that I thought was exceptional. I'd experimented with dough recipes, pizza pans, and toppings to the point of obsession, and somehow it had become a rite of passage for Haley to bring home her boyfriends, not that there were a huge number of them, for dinner to meet the family while eating my pizza, a test of sorts, I guess. And I was accustomed to a particular reaction. The young man each time would typically praise my pizza effusively. I realize now that they probably did this out of fear, since I had the reputation of being a scary and protective dad. At the time, however, I flattered myself that their adoration of my pizza was sincere. One boy Haley dated, in particular, praised it to the point of saying he wanted to start a fan club. So back to Jordan. As he ate my pizza, I sat there expectantly, waiting for the kudos to arrive. I waited and I waited for a long time, as Jordan chewed thoughtfully. And then finally, I got a question rather than a compliment. He said, "What's the ratio of water to flour in your dough recipe?" What? A bit confused, I stammered that I wasn't exactly sure, and then I bridled a bit, asking him if he thought my recipe needed some improvement. He didn't sense that I was peeved, and matter-of-factly suggested that I might want to experiment with hydration levels, oven temperature, and perhaps gluten content. Now, if Jordan had said these things arrogantly, I might have decided I didn't like him at this point. But somehow, strangely, this was the start of my friendship with Jordan. First of all, I found his directness, confidence, and curiosity to be refreshingly sincere and disarming. I liked his apology, too, when he found out later that he might have misread the situation when I fed him that pizza. He mended fences by giving me a slice of his own pizza in a box, as if to say, "I'm sorry, but you've really got to check out the gluten level in this slice." And then, as a nice touch, he wrote in a childlike scrawl across the box, "I hope we can still be friends," with my name and Lisa's just above that. But then my name was scribbled out with a black marker. What kind of future son-in-law would this be? Apparently, unlike any of the other boys Haley had dated, who chose cringing flattery over joking honesty, Jordan, I was pleased to see, wasn't afraid to tease, joke around, and share ideas like a confident adult.
Wow.
Just one more page, okay. That must have been scary for you to see me walk up here with multiple pages. I quickly came to admire other qualities in Jordan as well. His ambition, intelligence, sensitivity, emotional maturity, quiet spirituality, and patience. As I got to know him better, I was also amazed at the many other crafts and talents that he's mastered at a young age. He's a true Renaissance man. You know this if you know him well. Now, how many Now, many fathers-in-law might be intimidated by a young man like this, but I actually find him inspiring. I also happen to have many similar interests and hobbies, and actually look forward to the playful rivalry or competition that could emerge between the two of us in the years to come. Beyond the pizza, for example, Jordan and I share a number of other talents in common. For example, Jordan runs ultramarathons, and I once completed a half marathon, in which I was forced to walk only 4 times. How about this? Jordan majored in economics. Pause here for just a second. Just keep going. Okay, how about this? Jordan majored in economics, and my wife Lisa once allowed me to keep track of our checkbook for 6 months. Someday, after I practice my math a little more, I might get a chance to try it again. Here's another one. While I was growing up, while Jordan was growing up, he learned to become an expert rock climber. When I was a young boy, I used to collect weird-shaped rocks. This one's uncanny. Jordan is interested in raising bees, and I recently came this close to giving Haley a talk about the birds and the bees. Finally, Jordan is a master at woodworking, and I finished all but one requirement for the wood carving merit badge. I had to abandon this budding talent after a stupid misunderstanding involving an axe and my Scoutmaster's thumb. But Jordan has inspired me to take up this talent again. In closing, one of the reasons why it has been such a pleasure and a relief for me to get to know and love Jordan is that I am so attached to my daughter, Haley. Ever since she was a little girl, she and I have been great friends, sharing similar interests and sensibilities. Over the years, I grew to admire her deeply for her silly sense of humor, creativity, spiritual sensitivity, and wisdom. My bond with her and admiration for her character grew so strong that I began to fear in recent years that she would never bring a boy home that would have the right qualities to qualify as a future husband, I guess as far as I was concerned. But then about 2 months into her courtship with Jordan, a sense of relief slowly began to wash over me and Lisa. That positive impression reached a high level mark one day when Lisa, Haley, and I sat down to evaluate how Jordan fared on a wide range of criteria that we considered important in a future husband for Haley. In category after category, Jordan's score was off the charts. That objective information, or that objective confirmation of his qualities, matched with a gut instinct that this guy was someone who could make my daughter happy, settled things. Jordan was the man. What a blessing for a father and mother to feel that level of confidence in a future son-in-law. Thanks to you, Jordan, for making the right choices in your life to reach this point. And thanks to Chad and Susan, and all of you, his friends and family, who helped shape him into the great young man that he is today. Cheers, and all the best wishes to Haley and Jordan for what is sure to be a happy and fruitful marriage.